Well, good afternoon. Aren't we doing well? We're doing well, and do you know what? I'm guessing there are a few sour faces in Downing Street this afternoon. Or probably a few pleased ones because Theresa May's going to the G20. We won. And let us never, ever forget that. They wrote us off. Big government, the big banks, the big businesses, all these experts who fed us the scare stories, they all tried to cow the British people into surrendering their democratic birthright to make the decisions over their lives to the European Union. They lost. And now the British people are empowered because anything is possible. When you just look at it like this, the biggest number of people who have ever voted for anything in this country voted to leave the European Union. And that, I think, has made the political class and the vested interests that keep the political class there very nervous indeed. This year, in May, UKIP won the local elections for the third year on the trot in Thurrock. I think we have a few of the reprobates who won in the audience here. It was with a staggering 40% of the vote. We lost out by taking control of the council by one vote in one seat. But we'll get it next time. We'll have an overall majority. We'll be able to gather the support to turn people's lives around and turn my borough where I was born and bred into a much better place to be. I don't know if any of you have read Revolt on the Right or any of the academic books about UKIP, but the academics, Ford and Goodwin, did a list of seats that are favourable to UKIP. And of course Clacton, where we won the last general election, is number one. And I think somewhere all in Islington is down at 650. But Thurrock, where we keep winning local elections, do you want to hazard a guess of what number favourability Thurrock is to UKIP? 208. Who said 208? You're cheating. Yes. It's 208. Modern Britain is found in Thurrock. We have everything. We're rich, we're poor. We've got communities with diverse backgrounds. We've got some countryside. We've got urban. We've got bungalows. We've got housing estates, tenements, high-rises. We've got council houses. We've got six-bedroom new builds. Everything about modern Britain is in Thurrock, which I'm incredibly optimistic that if we can win in Thurrock, we can win anywhere. And yes, David, that does include Scotland. What I'd give to see you replace Nicola Sturgeon. But there is no real secret to our success, and as we look forward to county council elections where we can become even bigger in the counties where we got such a breakthrough 4 years ago, people come to see me in my office and they ask, what is the secret? And there isn't a secret. And these two anecdotes I'd like to share with you how we've got this far. It was the elections just gone and we were canvassing postal voters, because the first thing you always must do is canvass the postal voters. They have 4 to 5 times more likelihood to vote, they vote. They vote in the first 36 hours. You've got to get to them first. And there was this little old dear, and I gave her a leaflet for our candidate for Ockenden. And she looked at it and said, yeah, I've heard a lot of UKIP, and you do a lot round here. But my dad would turn in his grave if he knew I voted anything but Labour. And I thought, oh, not another one. I thought, you know, just when you're having a good conversation and they bring out the dead dad. And it's like, it was so nearly there. But bless her, she looked at the leaflet, spent a few seconds just thinking to herself, looked up and said, sorry, Dad. And she voted UKIP. And a lot of people in Ockenden voted UKIP because our candidate, Councillor Dave Potter, got over 50% of the vote. But there was another point that was becoming very frequent as we were door knocking, and it was starting to get a bit odd. Knock on the doors, and take, you know, the average punter in Thurrock. And he'd say, yeah, mate, I'm voting for you, you're brilliant, you are, you do a lot of work around here, you know, you've got my brother his new door, and so on and so forth. I'm voting for you, family's voting for you, everyone I know is voting for you. But what's your view on this referendum then? UKIP in Thurrock, we are more known for our domestic pavement politics than we were for our position of opposing the European Union. I did wonder at the time, I thought, if other people don't know to vote against the European Union and vote Leave, we're going to be in a bit of trouble. But then we did get the 4th biggest Leave vote in the country. So we do a lot of hard work, and it is not difficult. And when you're in the position where you fix the problems on people's doorstep, that can literally be their doorstep, they will vote for you time and time and time again. And that you will get the best publicity out of it. That's not from doing a press release that gets into a local paper or going on local radio. It's word of mouth. Word gets about. People distrust the press, they distrust the big media, just as they distrust big government, big business, big banks and so on. They trust their circle, their family, their circle of friends. And with the work we've been doing, we have actually built up our branch to the extent where the Labour leader on Thurrock Council conceded. He said UKIP Thurrock was able to get its vote out easier because we have the data of the people we've helped who are telling people they know to go out. They're doing the knocking up for us. It's a remarkable exercise, and it's not difficult. Don't overpromise. Don't promise at all. I never promise. I say to people, look, we'll do everything we can for you. But I can't make promises. We're not in power yet. When we are, hopefully we will. But it's those simple things you can do and do them well. And in the next few weeks, we will be producing a guide to tell and instruct to how you can make a difference, like we have done. Because in your seats that may be demographically more suited to UKIP, you can make that difference. And if you start acting like a councillor, people will reward you by making you their councillor. It takes hard work, but if you knock on the doors and you start off by asking people, saying, hello, I'm Tim Aker, I'm one of your UKIP councillors, is there anything we can do to help? Blimey, I thought you were just going to put your arm out and instruct me to vote for you. That crucially keeps the door open 30 seconds more, because you've offered something. And well, I take being a public servant literally. You're the boss. The people are the boss. And there's a reason why UKIP has grown so successful is the other 3 parties have forgotten what that means. They were given an incredible reminder on polling day. And what this has done, this referendum, it is a revolution. People know me, I always say, come the revolution. Well, the revolution is coming, and it will be televised, just not on the BBC. It's re-democratised our country. All of the people who registered to vote, given the result, voted for Brexit. They now know where their constituency polling stations are. They've gone and voted, and when you vote once, you vote many times over. And to think, you know, I lost by 800 votes last year, but 3,000 people registered for the referendum. What might have been? But you don't win the next war by fighting the last one. So we've wiped the slate clean, and we're out there knocking doors. And if you do 2 streets a week, it makes a difference. Because people will say, well, I saw the UKIP lot out. I saw them out there the other week. They're knocking on doors. You don't only see the others at election time. We can do this. And I'm incredibly energised and optimistic of the way forward, because the other parties now, they're broke. Theresa May can't smile and has resorted to taking our policies and then packaging them in a way that would question them in the first place. The Labour Party, well, the Labour Party, goodness me. Well done, Agent Corbyn, you're doing a fantastic job. And there's one more, a ginger one from up north. Well, you know, and we have that opportunity, because Brexit allows us to solve the nation's problems. And when you look what issues are coming, they affect us in local government. Who's heard of pay to stay? No. A couple. I see a couple. Pay to stay is a Tory poor tax. It is a tax on the poorest in society. They're going to levy taxes on council tenants who, you could have a married couple, each earning £15,000 a year. They would be taxed just by virtue of living in the council house. Do any of you think that is fair at all? No. And you think of the money we're sending abroad in foreign aid, and they decide to tax our poorest. I don't care whether the Labour Party's in a shambles. I don't care whether Theresa May thinks it's okay not to be elected Prime Minister. You disgust me with your politics, your 0 hours contracts, your bedroom tax. Why is this Conservative Party, this Conservative government so keen to squeeze the poorest in our society so that they can throw billions overseas? They should be ashamed of themselves. We now can branch out and create policy positions that can attract a new wave of support to us. And I'm very confident that under Diane's leadership, we will go from being a 13% party to even a 23 or 33% party. We can do it. We are the People's Army, aren't we? Well, I tell you what, if she wants to wait till 2020, that's fine by me, because it gives me 4 years to sharpen my pitchfork. We have an incredible opportunity, but get out there. Let's speak to the people. The people rose up, and now they're looking for political leadership. We can do this. Our best days are so far ahead of us, and each day that passes gets us one step closer to achieving that dream we have of this country being the greatest in the world. We are great, Britain. Let's not let the Tories or the Labour Party or the Liberal Democrats talk us down anymore. Let's get our country back. Get out there, talk to the people, and let's make sure this country is great once again. Thank you very much.